a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 area companies with business solutions since 1984. I'm Bud Lowell. The full AccuWeather forecast is across the top of all CNC local news pages. The PGA of America says tickets are essentially sold out for the 95th PGA Championship in Rochester. All that remains are a few grounds tickets for the daily practice sessions. All others are gone. The PGA begins practice Monday, and that event runs through August 11th at Oak Hill Country Club in Pittsford. The company that provides ambulance service for Rochester and East Rochester has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but Rural Metro Corporation says it has a refinancing deal that will let it keep operating. Rural Metro announced Sunday night it's filing for Chapter 11 in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for Delaware. At the same time, the company announced agreement in principle on a comprehensive financial restructuring plan. The company will convert some of its debt into equity, a type of transaction in which the debtor converts loans into shares of stock, which are then held by the lender. The company also has a commitment for $75 million of debtor-in-possession financing from some of its secured creditors, and Rural Metro's bondholders have agreed to invest another $135 million by the end of the year to complete the company's reorganization. CEO Scott Bartos said in a statement that if the court approves all this, Rural Metro will cut its debt in half. The company appeared to be on the brink last week after missing a scheduled bond payment, raising concern in the nearly 700 communities that depend on the nation's biggest ambulance service operator. Organizers of the Park Avenue Summer Art Festival say the two-day event drew record-breaking crowds Saturday and Sunday. Cooler weather and the shuttle bus system helped draw more than 250,000 people to the mile-and-a-quarter-long stretch of the avenue. More than 300 artists and crafters and 30 musical acts were on hand for one of Rochester's signature summer events. Some neighbors and people living on the streets off Park Avenue told local media there was less after-hours noise and partying this year. Festival promoter Jeff Springut said his committee works all year with neighborhood associations, with the Park Avenue business community, and city police to make sure things don't get out of hand. The Monroe County Fair ended its run Sunday night at Northampton Park. Organizers said the smaller, refocused on agriculture fair still drew 85 to 90% of the attendance that it got at the former site in Henrietta. A young Genesee County man is dead and a young woman hospitalized after a serious motorcycle accident in Leroy. State police in Batavia said a car turning left on West Bergen Road went straight into the path of the passing motorcycle. The crash killed 19-year-old Derek Sheldon of Bergen. He was pronounced dead at the scene. His passenger, 19-year-old Ashley Stillwell of Bergen, was airlifted by Mercy Flight to Strong Memorial Hospital, and she is in critical condition. 50-year-old Marilyn Brassey of Bergen was driving the car. She wasn't injured. State Police Collision Reconstruction Unit was still investigating, and as of Sunday night, nobody had been charged. Rochester police are investigating the city's 20th homicide of the year. The victim was a man in his 20s. He was found shot to death on the sidewalk along Fernwood Avenue near Spiegel Park on the northeast side. This shooting took place about 3:30 Saturday afternoon in broad daylight. Police were asking anyone with information to call 911. Canandaigua police used a taser on an Ontario County man who resisted arrest while they were investigating a report of a disturbance. Jacob Hari is accused of repeatedly cursing at police, elbowing an officer in the chest several times. When being advised he was under arrest, Hari was subdued by taser, taken to the Ontario County Jail, and charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and resisting arrest. Two men were injured Sunday evening when their car crashed into trees on Chili-Riga Center Road in Clifton. Both occupants of the car were taken to the hospital. Monroe County Sheriff's Office said they are expected to be okay. No further word on what caused the crash or possible charges yet, and thanks to John Spaulding for the photo. To the left of the player window, you'll find links to these and other stories, and at the bottom of the page, links you can use to post news, photos, what have you, directly to us. Next news podcast is As It Happens. Updates are as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.